Some of us are outwardly successful, but inwardly feel unhappy and living a life lacking in purpose and meaning. The Necktie and the Jaguar by Carl Greer can help you discover what's important to you and how to go for it. For more information or to purchase the book, visit carlgreer.com. That's CarlGreer.com.
Consistently attract soulmate clients. Begin showing up on brand, monetizing on your calling. Welcome all spiritual coaches, leaders, healers, light workers, and practitioners to a show that turns you on in your business and amplifies your magnetism. I'm host, catalyst, and spiritual business coach Rosalind Fung, and I'm here to journey with you into the juicy and help you discover where the real gaps are. Ignite your mindset and soul with strategies and systems as each episode takes you to the sweet spot that activates your soulgasmic business. Enjoy this light language activation as we begin to magnetize and monetize. Hello, my loves. Thank you so much for tuning in today. You know that I always am so honored. And if you feel like you're really receiving so much value, or you know that somebody needs to tune into this particular episode, which is all about creating win-win as a parent with your children, then please do shout this episode out, this podcast on social media. You can tag me, Bold Sexy Warrior, on Instagram, and on Facebook, it's Rosalind Fung Coaching, Bold Sexy Warrior. And your reviews on Apple iTunes always helps me know what your takeaways are, and it always helps the rating. So thank you so much in advance for your time and your beautiful energy. So if you are a healer, light worker, practitioner, teacher, or leader who desires to raise your client results so that you can raise your rates, ditch imposter syndrome, ditch client results anxiety, who doesn't have that, and be trusted in your market and niche by enhancing your skill set and learning the tools to get epic client results, I want to invite you into my next offering, which is the Flourishing Life Coaching Certification. This is happening virtually online. November 27th and 28th are the 2-day immersive experience. And let me tell you, my loves, of course, as a facilitator of this certification, I had to go through it myself and have the experience, and the profound breakthroughs that myself and my peers have personally had in this certification have been huge. And then to have a structure where you can know exactly and have the confidence to hold space with your clients while still infusing your own magic in it is so profound and powerful. It's psychologically evidence-based. And if you're wanting to learn more info, just DM me on Instagram, Bold Sexy Warrior, and we can have a conversation there, and I can send you a free mini course on the Flourishing framework to see if this is aligned for you. All right. So on to today's episode, how win-win parenting can level up your life and business. Do you find balancing parenting and building your business quite a struggle or a challenge? How can you navigate tough conflicts with your kids? And how does the power of spiritual response therapy support creating win-win parenting situations and relationships, more importantly and overall? Well, you guys, I am so excited. Today, I have my soul sister who happens to be with me in Shamanic Practitioner year 2. We had so much fun in year 1. And my special guest, Melanie Diaf, who is, you can already hear her laughing, you guys. Okay, I just have to say, if I could vote for anybody to have their own TV show where there is humor and spirituality mixed in together, it's you, Mel.
Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh. I'm always like, just peeing my pants a little bit every time you're sharing your stories. I'm like, why are you not a stand-up comedian? Why do you not have your own TV show already? Seriously. Okay, so for those of you who don't know Melanie yet, let me share with you her bio. So I'm going to, sort of behave here and be a little bit more professional. All right. So Melanie is a spiritual response therapy practitioner, a spiritual alignment coach, soul seer, and truth speaker. She has been blessed with the gift, ability, and modality to speak directly with your soul, to seek answers to questions you've long sought after. Most importantly, she has a modality to help her in energetically clear things in the way of your best life. She is dedicated to helping others shift into true, authentic alignment while being guided and supported by their higher self and spirit. Melanie is here to create and build relationships with others, allowing space where we can share and receive from each other's medicine in support to our soul's growth and ascension. Melanie believes that with love and guidance, we can all rise beyond our challenges, fears, and negative blocks. Basically, she's your soul's biggest supporter and voice. And Mel, I certainly want to say, yes, you are. You are one of the most down-to-earth, humble, hilarious people I know. And I'm so blessed to know you. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And
I'm so blessed to have you in my life, you beautiful, gorgeous starbeam, who always, I always feel when we walk into a room together, it's like, yes, you match my fun inner child. Let's just do it. Let's give her energy. And I love, basking in that beautiful energy. So thank you.
Thank you, my love. I'm totally just breathing this in, and it's just warming my heart, my core. I love friendships like this, and I certainly hope that as we're just being ourselves here in our soul sister relationship, that those of you who are tuning in right now are feeling inspired. Like, this is the deliciousness of true soul sister relationships, and just you get to be you, and you get to inspire each other, and you get to just share from your heart full on love without feeling like, oh my God, is that going to be weird if I say that? No, say the damn thing.
100%. Yeah.
I'd love for you to share, Mel, how you got to be who you are today. And maybe we'll take the angle of you as a mom. You can share a little bit about you as a mom as well. And your beautiful kids, and just how you got to do what you do today.
Okay. So, growing up, I always felt that I was going to be a mother. I love children. I attract, whenever I see children, they really beam me up. There's so much amazing beauty in a child. And what I've learned about how parenting used to be in the old paradigm is that, even they would say it all the time, and it was even programmed within us, is to be seen and not to be heard. And if we think about even that simple line, and us as children hearing that you should be seen and not heard, be quiet, you're being too loud, just our sheer joy of life was stifled from the very beginning. and to think about even the ripple effect on those words that it had on our souls. And then later on going up and wondering, why the hell do I feel like it's so hard to feel seen or to be heard? I mean, sorry, I said to be seen, to feel heard. And that's one of the things that I've always struggled with is nobody's hearing me, nobody's listening to me. And to be honest, I never really developed that skill growing up because the dialogue was to be seen and not to be heard. Girl, I can be seen. That's not a problem. Mm-hmm. How am I going to speak my truth when I've never even been taught that? When I've been programmed to believe that even the sheer sound of my voice is an annoyance to the adults around me. And I know our parents had no intention of doing that to us or knowing that even words like that was going to create an experience that went on their children. And, you know, when you look at that very small sentence, and then you start thinking about all the ways that, you know, our parents parented us or their parents parented them, it was all about, you know, the child never knew anything. The adults always knew better. The child needs to be filled with our knowledge rather than the child is already whole as they are. And instead of filling them with knowledge, allowing them to hear the knowledge within themselves and to be it and to be, do, and have, right? To find out how to capture what is inside that beautiful essence of the soul that was brought here to grow through experiences, through life, and to learn lessons and to, you know, rise in consciousness and level up as a soul. And all we do is say, everything that you're feeling inside, yeah, that's great, but I need you to do this, and I need you to become this, and I need you to behave this way, and I need you to conform to exactly how society pictures us to conform. I've never, ever fucking believed that, ever. And what I've noticed as being a mother is, number one, I will never get it right or perfect all the time. That is number one. Every parent is going to screw up. There's not one perfect parent out there. And no matter if we go back all the way from the beginning of time, there's not one parent that birthed a child or raised a child that did it perfectly. And in this time, right, there's not one single human being that has had a child has done it perfectly. So knowing
and
that.
What does that even mean? Right?
Right.
Like, there isn't. It's like
there isn't no perfect.
Our kids are our greatest teachers.
100%. I mean, if we actually allowed our children to speak what is coming through them, even sometimes I've had my own children channel messages to me. And I look at them because I have the awareness of that. And I say to them that you are 100% right. But I actually took the time and moment to stop and listen to the words being spoken out of my child in the moment of distress, of my mind racing with all kinds of thoughts. And, you know, our children are, like you said, Rob, our greatest gift and teacher. And that's exactly what my kids have taught me. Even when we moved into our new house and I kept getting the download, the message, you need to open up some boxes, clear some stuff out of there, and I need you to sage the house. And I kept putting that message aside, putting it aside. My son comes up to me 2 hours later and he goes, Mom, did you smudge the house? Did you do a clearing on the house? And I look at him. I'm like, what made you think of that? He goes, I don't know. I just feel that I had to ask you that. You know, and I'm thinking
and
in that
moment,
moment,
how old is your son, Mel?
9. You know, and I'm thinking, Spirit, you couldn't get through to me, and this importance of me smudging this house and clearing it was so important that you went to my son to deliver this message to your mom, because I know when she hears it out of your mouth, it's going to hit her even harder. You know, there's so many beautiful moments I've experienced, and even those times of, you know, Ron, when a lot of things are happening in your life and the kids are not listening and then they're fighting and you turn around and the house is a fucking disaster and they're hungry and all the shit is happening, right? You know, those moments. And you have that ugly ass parenting moment that you think to yourself, oh my God, I cannot believe I just reacted that way and literally had a adult kid temper tantrum in front of your kids and totally took it out on them and whatnot, right? Right now,
Oh my gosh, we are all guilty of that. Yes,
now,
been there too many times to count. Like, I don't even want to say how many times, but
right?
I believe
Now,
with your parents, you've all been there, and
all of us.
there's no shame
Now,
in that. That's a learning experience.
100%. Now, how many of us as parents, number one, how many of us as children have experienced our parents then come from that space and then come to us and explain to us in that moment what was happening within them, what caused the huge meltdown, and apologize for the behavior and have that talk with our children? How many of us even experience that from our parents? I can tell you that that was very non-existent in my life, because I feel that my parents never felt a need to apologize to us, because it was just like, whatever, right? But I have had those moments, and then I have sat my children down, and I'm talking about 3 years old, 5 years old, all the way to 9 years old, and I have explained to them the situation I was in, how I was feeling, where the blow up came from, what I could have done better, and my apologies that they had to experience that behavior from me, that it was uncalled for, and that I will continue to do better. And the reaction of my children in that moment, looking at me as I'm bawling my eyes out, or just really speaking from the heart, the pure understanding of what their mother in that moment was feeling, and the compassion and empathy they had, and also to see, you know what, mom did screw up. She's taking accountability for it. She's working to do better. And I also tell them, you know, in those moments, I could have told you guys, I need 5 minutes of silence right now, because this is what's happening inside my body and this is what I'm feeling. I ask for you to step outside, or I'm going to step outside and take a minute. And then, you know, after that talk, they have tools also, or understanding how they can help support me. And what kind of support I need for myself. It's the modeling, right? And it's such a young age, teaching them emotions is okay, being sad, being angry, being frustrated, but also how to learn how to navigate your emotions so they're not disruptive or explosive. And if we learn how to really just speak what we need from the get-go, then we can avoid all of that, right? But again, that has to be modeled from me first.
Yes.
Thus creating a win-win.
Yes.
I could have created a win-win with my children before the explosion, because I could have said, yo, I need some time, guys. Mom needs some support, because I feel like I'm going to explode. And if they've already seen that reaction before, they're like, oh, I know what that means. Mom needs some time to recenter herself. And then creating a win-win where I can level myself up. They see a happy and calm mom, and you know, they can also calm their own energy down too at the same time.
And what you're really doing, Mel, is in those moments, because I can totally relate with this, and I do exactly the same thing with my kids. When I screw up and have an adult temper tantrum, I own my shit. And what we're really doing is we're showing our kids it's okay to feel what you feel, even if that's a quote unquote negative feeling. And here's a healthy way in how you manage yourself, and you don't vomit on other people. So I think it's such healthy modeling. And I know that so many of us could even look back at our own childhood and had our parents done that, how perhaps some of our wounds that we have now may not be there. But we can't change the past. All we can do is go, okay, that happened, and I can learn from that. 100%. So I know we could keep jamming, but we're going to take a pause here for commercial. Okay. And when we come back, Mel, I'd love for you to share a little bit more about SRT and how that comes into play with for us as parents.
Sounds good.
A conscious lifestyle for a mindful life. Om Times Radio. IOM FM. Being a radio host on IOM FM allows you to build your show on a rich platform with the power of the internet to fulfill your outreach goals and connect with a very specialized and global online audience, unlimited by time and distance. Om Times Radio will provide you with web relevance, a recognizable conscious brand, and with the standard of excellence that has accompanied every single Om Times endeavor. Host your show with Om Times Radio Network.
Grab a cup of tea or a glass of wine and tune in for Inspired Conversations with publisher Linda Joy on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. Linda creates sacred space for leading female luminaries, empowering authors, heart-centered female entrepreneurs, coaches, and healers. A soulful venue where guests openly share the fears and obstacles they've overcome, wisdom and lessons learned, and the personal journey that led them to the transformational work they do in the world. Inspired Conversations to empower you on your path to authentic, soulful living.
My loves, you know you're here as a soul-led leader to transform this world through the sharing of your passions and gifts. You are here to be in your warrior of light and align your business with your highest self. I'm Rosalind Fung of the show Activate Your Soulgasmic Business. Let's elevate your business to the next expansive level. I invite you to flow into a business soul alignment discovery call with me at rosalindfung.com. That's ROSALYN, fun as in have some fun, FUNG, and let's see how I can best hold space for you to align your highest self, magnetize your dream clients, and monetize on your soul mission. I can't wait to connect.
COVID-19, brought to you by CDC and the Ad Council.
Do you feel like your emotions are all over the place? That's normal during this abnormal time. There are a number of ways to cope. Maintain a healthy routine, get enough sleep, eat nutritious food, and exercise at least 30 minutes each day. Schedule some time to talk with a friend or family member. And remember, you can always take a few deep breaths to feel more centered.
Find more self-care and coping tips at coping-19.org.
All right, welcome back, loves. So we're going to shift here into how Mel got drawn to SRT. We're going to actually have you define what that is, Mel. And I've had other SRT therapists on my podcast, and Tracy Montgomery and Elise Braithwaite, also soul sisters of ours. And define that and how you got drawn to it and how you use it through the power of win-win parenting relationships.
Okay, so SRT is a beautiful, magical modality that can gently and beautifully support transformation within. It provides a direct channel to your soul's voice, allowing for you to understand what has been hiding in the background of your life, like meaning past life, negative energies and blocks, karmic things that are held deep in the subconscious and superconscious mind. And SRT allows for the clearing and the final move through. Like it basically, how I like to describe it is that if you're on one side of an island and then there's a bridge over to the other island where you see yourself in so much joy, abundance, freedom, everything that is aligned for your highest and greatest good is there. And then you see this bridge and you're ready to walk on it. You're like, yes, I'm ready to get all that is waiting for me. But you see all this glass and you see all these nails poking through and you're thinking, holy shit, how am I going to get on the other side of this bridge? Well, SRT is like the modality that comes in and helps you clear all the debris on the bridge, allowing you for an easier, safer, graceful journey across to get to the other side of the island. So it's really
gosh, I love
about
that definition.
yeah, it's just allowing more flow. Like, I help you on your path to healing. So now, how did SRT come into my life? I was in the middle of doing some personal development. I was in the middle of rebirthing myself. I was in the middle of going to tell my husband that I was ending our marriage. And then I was going to tell my family that I was no longer going to be dating men, but I was crossing over and I was going to start dating women. And I come from a Muslim background, and I come from a lot of, judgment and things like that. And I was fucking panicking. And this beautiful, like you said, our amazing soul sister, Elise Brathwaite, she did an SRT clearing for me, my family, meaning my ex-husband and our children, allowing us to clear anything and unblock anything from our past or our current lives that wouldn't allow for a beautiful and smooth transition into what was going to be a new chapter in all of our lives and a new pathway that we were going to walk together and separate. Now, when I told my ex-husband that, my truth and what I needed, his reaction, the outcome, the follow through, everything that happened from that moment on, all the way, let's say, for a whole year, even the kids, the reaction, the response, the reaction to even my children even seeing me with another person, let alone another woman. Dude, I had my jaw open the whole time thinking, this is not real. I don't even understand how he is responding this way, reacting this way. I mean, at the core of it, he's a beautiful human being. And I know if one thing's true, is he's always supported me in my life and has seen me for who I am. And he could have, as a lot of people in divorce or separation, there's a lot of anger, frustration, resentment, sadness, all of the feelings that he could have stepped into, and even the kids, their response and reaction and outcome. Dude, I have never seen a more neutral break and supportive break in my whole entire life. And the love and support that we felt between each other, and including the children, that they turned to us, supporting us in all of it. And then I went to Elise and experienced one of her goddess workshops, and I saw, because she did this clearing offline, like I wasn't even present for this clearing, but I felt the magic of it. I saw her in person then a month after that, saw her in her magic, and just the swing of the pendulum, everything that was happening, it's like, I need to be here. I need to find out how this works. This is meant for me. And boom, I went right into it. I took the course. And since then, I have been providing clearings for people and have been receiving the most amazing results. Like one of my clients just the other day, I saw her. She's like, dude, I didn't even tell you the outcome of my clearing. And we were clearing to help her find her dream home. Her and her husband were trying to manifest. And we cleared blocks to her husband even wanting to move away from his mother's home. We cleared stories about past lives that were preventing them from really actually manifesting their acreage and their home of their dreams. And then I gave them some homework after clearing all of that and filling them up with positive potential. I gave them homework to help guide them to their acreage. And sure enough, dude, they have their acreage and they are living on their beautiful property. And, just to think that they were there was like a block, a resistance between them that they could not energetically see, that was preventing them from going ahead. And that with a simple 1 hour clearing, it removed that debris off the bridge, allowing them to connect in unity, to see a vision together, and then co-create that vision and manifest it to life.
I'm just speechless. That is, and I'm a client of SRT. So Tracy's my practitioner and is just so freaking powerful that It's like, I have to say, what's interesting is everything in your highest truth comes into fruition. And sometimes along the way, things that you didn't see in your blind spots, that you didn't see coming, and your ego doesn't prefer to happen, shows up, right? So for me, that looks like I was clearing a lot of any sort of, as I'm leveling up, it's like I need to clear any victim energy. So any victim people in my life, any victim within me, so that that's not magnetizing any of that shit. And of course, then some of the friendships fall away that I didn't see that they had victim energy because I chose not to, right? But when I really look back, I'm just like, holy shit. It spiritually makes sense, but it's hard on for our ego and in our heart because we care about these people. But yeah, it's incredible. And then to speak to the parenting piece, yes, the clearing is powerful.
Dude, to think that when I did clearing, my ex-husband has killed me many times in past lives. And many times we have hurt each other. There's even a past life where he killed me, and our children, they were our children of this lifetime, thought so many different things about me in that lifetime that I can't even imagine how that would have carried through should it have not been cleared. Like clearing all those things allowed him to, when I said I'm leaving, for him to act from a clear and neutral place of truth, of current, present truth, and not this, she's doing it to me again. I knew I couldn't trust her. I knew I shouldn't have, all these subconscious stories that actually run behind the scenes.
Yes. I think SRT is so profound and so powerful. So much so that I'm like including it in my next level offerings for my high level mastermind because it is so powerful. Like I can't even fathom, and I think that so many methods it's like equifinity. So many paths lead to the same result, and we all gravitate towards a certain method for ourselves personally. And of course, often as light leaders and healers and light workers, we're going to gravitate towards the one that works and changed our life so much, and get certified in that, which is amazing. And Mel, I'd love for you to speak to, because I know we have some friends who are your clients, and I hear so much about the work that you've done with them and their children. And so how does that even work? Like, how does this happen? And by the way, those of you tuning in, we're going to have a real-time clearing in this show. So if you're like, well, how does this work? We're going to give you a little bit of an experience.
Well, let me give you a couple examples. So number one, SRT. So if you have children that suffer of night terrors, you guys, like, guess what? Those night terrors are real. Those night terrors are past lives and experience that they are reliving, or they're just traveling to different dimensions and whatnot. And SRT clearing can actually help your child with night terrors, allowing them to come into the grounding of the earth, to release any reasons as to why they're calling in the reliving of horrible experiences and traumas, clearing anything that the soul is holding on to for self-punishment, self-suffering, thinking that I did bad in that lifetime, so in this lifetime, never allow me to sleep so that I don't have enough energy to perform the things that I need to perform or to live the life I want to live because I'm such a bad person. Like, there's 101 things. And with a simple SRT clearing, we can remind the soul of where they are and clear all the things that it's holding on to as those are no longer truth, and allow them to finally sleep and live in the current life. Another example is my own son, who had fell very lethargic for about a whole month, and anything he ate, he got sick and he would throw up. And, he came to me one day and said, Mom, I can't take this anymore. You need to take me to the doctor. Again, unfortunately, I was in a bit of a situation where I wasn't very attentive, and I didn't realize how long the situation had been going on. So I remember feeling guilt about that. But anyways, we went to the doctor. She gives me blood tests. We go get the blood test, and we get home that day, and I was just new to SRT, and I got the message, do an SRT clearing on your child. And I thought, okay, yeah, you're right, I should. So I go do an SRT clearing, and at this moment, this kid is on the couch, and we've cut out, the doctor says, cut out gluten, cut out cheese, cut out milk, cut out all the things, right, because of the stomach upset, I did this clearing. When I came down, he went from laying on the couch, and he popped up and started jumping all over the place. He started wrestling. His energy levels went from negative 300 to 1,000. And I stood there, and my mouth was dropped open, and I could not believe my eyes of what I was seeing in my child. Like, it brought me to tears. He's like, Mama, I feel amazing. I'm so hungry. I started feeding this child everything that made him sick yesterday was not even affecting him. The doctor calls and says, your blood tests are in. I need you to come in. So I tell my son, babe, come on, we got to go. He says, but Mom, I'm fine. And I said, yeah, I know, babe, but I want to know what the test results say.
Yeah.
And he goes, but Mom, what am I going to tell the doctor? That spirit cured me? And I looked at him and I laughed and I said, babe, whatever she asks of you, I just say the truth. Say the truth, and we'll see how it goes. So we go in, and she goes, how are you feeling? And she's touching him and poking at his stomach. He goes, great. She goes, how has eating been? Great. So you're not feeling any, this and that? He goes, no. Okay. So I got the blood results, and the blood results, came back negative. Everything looks good. So I'm going to send you for another round of blood tests and some urine and possibly a poop analysis. And I said, thank you very much, doctor. I appreciate your time, and let's go. And me and my son get in the car, and he's like, wow, Mom. I'm like, I know, dude. So I can tell you the 101 reasons as to why SRT is good for our kids. And it's the knowing that if you see your kid acting out of their norm, and the doctors are like, I just don't know what it is. Our kids are born to live out of joy, out of freedom, out of amazement and wonder. And, when our kids are having a very hard time in this world, even kids who don't feel grounded to the earth are always, feel like they don't belong. They could be, because our kids are so connected to the divine, they can feel so like this life is so hard. I can feel all the 3D energy. I just don't want to be here anymore. I just want to go back up. That they don't understand that the feeling that they're having, that they need to ground into this earth and accept that they're here to grow and learn, that everything will be okay and that they are supported and guided, is that they feel as they don't belong. So then they have behaviors of, being really shy, being always in their room, yelling and screaming at their parents, which are like, you just don't fucking understand me. You don't understand me. And us, we're like, what do you mean, dude? Like, we love you. Like, everything is fine here. Just go out and have some fun. But this child is in her body and thinking, this sucks.
Thank you for having a voice for our children and for us as parents to really put ourselves in our kids' shoes. And I want to encourage the audience to follow you, Mel, on Instagram. And your links will be in the show notes. But what I encourage you all to do is to watch her latest IGTV called Win-Win Parenting, because I watched that and I just was in awe of how much you supported us to really put ourselves in our kids' shoes. And it brought us back to when, at least my experience, it was when I was low, how much, I wish my parents would understand. And I keep that at the forefront now as a parent as much as possible, but ego takes over. And this helps me bring myself back to grounding and having that empathy and compassion at that next level for my child when I'm feeling the resistance between us, when I'm feeling i.e. he's not listening, quote unquote, right? And so it's been really powerful. Thank you, Mel. So what we're going to do now is take a commercial break. And when we come back, I'm going to invite you, while we're in commercial, go take some space, get yourself comfortable. We're going to do a real-time clearing.
Free your mind. Expand your soul. Om Times Radio. IOM FM.
Om Times Magazine is one of the leading online content providers of positivity, wellness, and personal empowerment. A philanthropic organisation, their net proceeds are funneled to support worldwide charity initiatives via Humanity Healing International. Through their commitment to creating community and providing conscious content, they aspire to uplift humanity on a global scale. Connect at omtimes.com. Om Times, creating a more conscious lifestyle.
My name is Victor Furman. Some call me The Voice. I've always been fascinated with human nature, spirituality, science, and the crossroads at which they meet. Join me Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on Om Times Radio, and we'll explore these topics and so much more on Destination Unlimited.
If I could be you,
and you could be me,
for just 1 hour.
If you could find a way
to get inside
each other's mind.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out. And for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Okay, my loves, I hope that you're all ready. You can be seated or you can be lying down. But before this real-time clearing, Mel, I'd love for you to share, for those who are feeling called to work with you, to find out more about you, could you let us know how best they can connect?
Yes, so you can find me on Instagram at Melanie Bendiaf, MELANIE. BENDIAF as in Frank, or on Facebook, same way, my name. And you get a link straight to my schedule from Instagram as well, and be part of my shares and, little and big learns and wins and all that fun stuff. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yes. So we're going to sample a little bit of your magic right now. So I'm going to hand it over to you and then just cue me in at the very end to seal this in with a light language.
Okay, perfect. Now, usually when we start, I do a prep to work, which takes about 3 minutes. I've already done that, calling in our spiritual committees, our higher selves to gather with us and allow really, I'm doing a group clearing so anybody who comes across this will feel it, and calling in what their higher self needs to clear on block in this short time that we have to help them move along in the next couple of weeks that would allow them to create or see opportunities for win-win. And so a big thing about even creating win-win in a relationship and family with your kids is to begin with creating win-wins within your own life. We are not able to create wins within our own being, we can't model that for our children. We can't model that with our relationships in a partner or in business with our employers, employees, our coworkers. So really, at the end of the day, when we do this type of work, it begins with us. So I'm going to go in and see where High Self and Spirit is guiding us to clear or unblock right now for anybody who's listening today or going forward. And so we are coming to a block in, is it courage? Thank you. Is it purpose? No. Is it direction? Thank you. So there are some blocks that people are having towards courage, and I feel courage to speak their actual feelings and truth and what they want, what they would like to see happen, and direction of, knowing where we are right now in this world. What is the direction I'm going to take with my family, with my kids, with my friends, with my business, with myself? So clearing any and all blocks that any of these beautiful, amazing souls may feel with regards to courage and direction. And these are beautiful soul qualities that we all have within us. And sometimes there are blocks that have happened because of previous experiences or lifetimes. And then when we try to tap into our courageous self or find direction, we have this energetic block prohibiting us from truly feeling it, seeing it, hearing it. So calling in the clearing of any and all blocks, root, trunk, and seed in all 13 bodies, returning the heart back to spirit. Also clearing from the moment that these blocks occurred, clearing all lifetimes, clearing all generations, clearing it for any generations to come so that we always feel strong and in our center when we need to speak some of the most vulnerable feelings or experiences, as knowing that when we do speak our truth, that more people can feel that courageous vulnerability and see it within themselves to truly step out of their box, find their courage in order to step into the direction that they are meant to be on. Thank you. And I didn't say this at the beginning, but when we're doing a clearing, you can feel it in your body. You can feel it in the form of burping, yawning, twitches in your limbs, tingling. Now we're on chart 4, and it's a self-punishment program. A lot of people have this program. We come to this earth self-punishing ourselves for everything that we've ever done in our lifetime. Thank you. Who am I working with? And who's group working with? Thank you. And I'm just going to tell you a bit of a story. So this is current life energies. This is present day. And I'm going to tell you a story, and this could relate to almost everybody who'll be listening. So the story is that there's a group of individuals, and another character is God. And another character in the story is a teacher, and it's hurt or harm. Yes, and who was hurt? The group was hurt, and who hurt the group? A teacher, thank you. And was anybody else hurt? Thank you. Who else was hurt? Well, not hurt, I'm feeling. The teacher, thank you. Was it intentional hurt? No, thank you. How was the group hurt? Mental and emotional. And so why was the group hurt for teaching? Thank you. The story I'm getting right now is there's a self-punishment program that people are holding on to in regards to where they were in a situation where they were part of a group and there was mental and emotional hurt caused by their teacher, somebody they trusted, somebody they believed in. Now this teacher felt that they were being guided by the truth of God, by the word of God. However, this teacher was being misguided. And with that misguidedness, created this group to cause harm and hurt to individuals that they thought that they were helping. And in this, they turned and saw that God as being angry with them and have now come into this life believing that they are just not good enough, that if they do step in their true power, that they may be misguided again, that they may step down the wrong path. And so clearing any and all discordant energies that have been collected in this lifetime, clearing them root, trunk, and seed in all 13 bodies, returning the heart back to spirit, and reminding these beautiful souls that are listening that karma does not need to follow you here. Whatever that has been done, even here and now, the point of mistakes or errors is to learn from them and then to grow from them, not to experience them and go into the hole of shame, of guilt, of self-punishment. It's to rise up from the error, from the mistake, to seek deeper and greater knowledge, to seek a better teacher, one that is more aligned with you, of higher consciousness, and to keep moving forward up the mountain. So clearing any and all discordant energies and bringing in all positive words of the universe's largest dictionary, filling up all these beautiful souls with, again, courage, strength, love, understanding, inner forgiveness for self, forgiveness to their teacher, forgiveness to God, accepting in love and light, strengthening their connection to spirit, to God, their angels, their spiritual guides, remembering that they have a huge community around them and above them supporting their growth. Clearing that self-punishment. Thank you. And has that lifetime been cleared? Thank you. Has that program been cleared? Thank you. Please clear the program. Thank you. And just checking in on time. And that's it, Roz. I asked for a quick 15-minute clear-in. It gave it to me, and we're going to wrap up. I would love a beautiful top-up of light language. Madame, it's all yours.
What feels so deep in resonance right now, that feels aligned. Marakia rekoratia ne marakoratia narakia marakoratia. Sirakia marakia na marakia rekoratia narakia marakoratia. Sirakia manananakia. Breathing in and out. And just staying with what you're experiencing. You might feel stillness. You may feel tingling from this clearing, from this activation. You might feel a sense of deeper peace, like you can hear in my voice. Just letting yourself bathe in this. Drinking lots of water through the day. I invite you to take an Epsom salts bath, integrating all of this.
And Rosalind, I have a final message for a beautiful listener. The message from Spirit is loving yourself and loving the ones around you for where they are at this present moment. Number 2 is accepting every day as it is, every moment as it is, and to live and breathe in the present moment, and believing that you are always supported inside and outside. It's just finding that time to believe that you are supported and feel that support and seek that support. If you don't have it, believing that everything will be okay. And when the time comes, you will find the words and you will find the answers. Believe. Believe in a better future. Yeah, believe in a better future for ourselves and for our children and for mankind. And so it is.
Sera kia mara kia mana kora kia tia moro kora mana rene kia. Breathing in and out. Just staying within. Feeling into what resonates, what's deep within, that's being awakened or expanding. Mel, I have this total, complete calm. I'm sure you can feel it as I'm speaking. And it was really cool, my experiences as you were doing the clearing. This is my experience. So as you're listening, you may have a different experience, and neither is better. We all have different experiences. But what was cool is I felt a presence come over me, and I felt like it was my ancestors, my Shaolins. And I checked in, and it was, and just this, and still here, this grounded sense of deeper calm in my crown chakra, and then moving down into my core. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you for having me, Roz.
You're welcome, love. All right, my loves, go and connect with Mel. You can check it out on show notes. Shout us out on social media so more people can tune in and receive this clearing as well on the replay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, Mel.
Thank you, Roz.